Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. The little guy likes going in there playing with Nikki. How you doing, Nikki? How's my girl? You're such a good girl. And I still haven't named him yet. Just been calling him little buddy boy. Hey, buddy boy, what are you doing? Can you still get in and out of there? You might be getting a little too big. They get along good. Hey, Nikki. Can you get out of there? Can you still squeeze through? Can you squeeze through? There you go. Oh! There you go. There you go, little buddy boy. You did it. I bet another week or so he won't be able to do that. We'll get too big. He eats like a horse. Eat like a horse. Eat me out of house and home. Okay, guys. We're going back on the van. So I got a few things in. And we're going to try something. Okay. I put the battery back in. I had this battery on my winch. Hauling in cars. Doesn't blow on batteries. No battery sponsor yet. Okay. So yeah, I got a charger on it. Okay. First thing, got this little deal here, little fuse block, auxiliary fuse block from eBay. Basically hook a negative and a positive to your battery. Okay, and then this is the cover. Then they give you these stickers here. Put them on for whatever. So there's what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 12 outlets. Okay, you put your positive here and then your ground here, whatever you're hooking up. So, you know, this van, it didn't come with a lot of stuff from the factory. I don't even think it came with a cigarette lighter because it's got a plastic plug. So up front, you know, last episode we painted all this two-tone and stuff. If you haven't seen that, watch that. I don't even know, has it got an, oh yeah, there is lights here for an interior light. That's all that's left. So it's got an interior light there. It said no cigarette lighter. We're gonna put one in. I got one on the way. Had a old Ford AM radio in it. Took that out. We'll go over the radio here in a little while. Should be, I don't know. There might be something rigged up here, wires. So, should be able to do the radio, the cigarette lighter into the factory fuse block. But we're going to have a bunch of other stuff in here. Such as a power sunroof. I don't want to overload that fuse block. These won't overload it. This is these are for the lights here in the sun visor. You can see that. Got one here and one over there. What we'll do is we'll round up some wires and put them in there. I don't know, probably hook it into the ignition or something. It ain't gonna take very much voltage, so it comes on with the ignition. Just that way somebody doesn't leave it on there and drain the battery. But either way, we got that to hook up. Let me see what else would go in here. Stereo, of course. Oh, we're gonna do an electric fan on here, on the motor. I don't know if we'll get to that on this video or not, but the engine, it runs great, but idling, I let it idle. It was idling for quite a while, 20-30 minutes maybe, and it got up to about 205 on the gauge. This gauge here, just a little over 200, and that's too high. I'd rather have it running about 180 or below. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. We'll just put that up there like that. I had to shorten these fan blades because factory-wise it went in, the radiator hose went in over there. This is the only radiator I could get that semi-fit. Took a while to make it fit. So is it that? I don't think it came with a shroud factory-wise. It may have, but it's not there. So I'm not quite sure why it's running hot. Could be the timing's advanced. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna hook up electric fan in here. We got lots of room here. I'm gonna grab one off an old junk car, you know, maybe a Honda or something, probably something small. And what I'll do is I'll hook it up in front of the radiator and with a separate switch, and that way I think it'll be fine if you're driving down the highway and stuff, to get the airflow. You got some airflow comes up through the bottom, and then I believe some will come through this. Yeah, you can see some of the radiator there. Okay, and then up here. So I think once you're driving, it's okay. Because, you know, I've heard there's lots of problems with these fans overheating, but I figured it'd probably be, you know, with the V8. Didn't think a 6 would run hot. But so anyway, driving will be okay. But if you're stuck in traffic or something and idling for a long time, or maybe going up a mountain or something, flick on a switch and turn that electric fan on and cool it right down. So the electric fan will go in one of these. Okay, what else did I say? Anyway, so we want to hook this up. Okay, this little kit here came with stickers, screws, and a bunch of fuses. Then you just stick them fuses in there like that. So we got, well, you could put on a few on here if you'd run a little stuff there. You could run a couple. But anyway, at least 12. You can get at least 12 on there, and then you can put more on if on the same fuse there if it's just little lights or something. So eventually, I don't know, I doubt I will, or I won't, but somebody might, you know, fix up this van and put a stereo back here, or TV, or a bunch of lights, or, you know, a little sink with a electric water pump. Anyway, that's where you plug it into. We don't want to put everything on the factory one. Okay, so where to put it? Well, I think I'll put it right where the battery is, close to the battery. And I took this off before to see what it was, and I think it is just an access panel to get at this hinge. See there's 2 bolts for that hinge, and you can't get at it here. We'll take it off and we'll take a peek again. Might take a while. I'm gonna magnetize on there. So I thought about putting it in here, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if it'll get water in there. We don't want water splashing up. I can't remember if there was one more. See down here, see here's the hinge bolts are right in here. That's what I thought of, putting it right in there like that. But that is actually right on the, can't screw it into that, but you could screw it onto the back of this. Let's screw it onto the back of that and put it in. Then you got to take that on and off every time you want to. So we can either put it there and here, so it's out of the way, or again, this is the outside, put it up in here somewhere. But you know, I don't know. If you got, it'd probably be better inside here. So if you got kids or something and they're going to be sticking their fingers and pulling and yanking and stuff on there, or even a dog might get their paw on it. So we could stick, yeah, we might just put it on there like that, and then just shave off the screws there on the back or something. It's not that hard to take off, on and off. Okay, so then we want to, well, I don't know how I'm going to get at that. You have to get at the very, well, you have to drill some holes in there to get the positive and negative wire coming out, and rather not lay it over here, get it underneath there so it's coming out under here. And this is the battery cover that goes over top there, so we don't want it running in between there, you know, sticking in here or anything. We want it coming out underneath, coming out the side here and connect to the battery, so everything's out of the way. It's all kind of hidden and stuff. So anyway, let me do that. Oh, the other thing are stuff like a CB or stuff. Like I said, I think the radio can hook up to it. So what I got is a radio deal for this that a sponsor sent me. You don't know how much juice it's going to take, but it should be okay hooking to the factory fuse block. And I said we'll save stuff like the big electric fan and stuff like that for this fuse block, but I want to get it in there anyway. What I'm saying is we don't really need it right now for the radio, but I want to do it. I want to get this in there. So I got some wire here. I rounded up, some cutters, and we'll get a drill bit. This just came in today. This is an antenna, you know, that had the antenna holes here with a busted antenna on it mounted there. I just did away with it, filled in the holes. So these, they work good. I got them on a bunch of cars. And in fact, I got, see, this was like $4.99. It's about $5. But if you ordered them directly from China, you get them for like $2. So, but it takes 2 weeks to get here. This one was already in the United States, so that's why it came within a couple days. But I did order 5, maybe 5 more of these for extra for cars. So anyway, you just pretty much lay it up facing the windshield. You could put it there, or you know, up here, but we'll probably just lay it down there, run the maybe you have to drill a hole or something. But anyway, that's the antenna. We're going to show you that. We'll figure out where the wires, I said here's one right there, but we don't know. It should have, most stereos will have a direct power, so it's power all the time, then power with comes on with the ignition key, and then a ground, and that's pretty much it. So let me show you the well, I'll show you the stereo later. Let's get this fuse block on there, and then we'll mess with the stereo so it's all in one deal there, one continuous. These hound dogs, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Okay, guys. Let me figure out where I want to put this. Run the wires. I think I got this from Harbor Freight. If I remember right. But you can get them off eBay. Your little deals here for the wire connections. The wire connectors. Yeah, that'll be pretty good there to hook to the fuse block, or these ones. But I'll get her hooked up, so I'll be using these too, and drilling some holes and all that stuff. So let me get all that in there, and I will be back. Okay, guys, I mounted it to this plate and had to use some little nuts and bolts, or screws and bolts there, instead of the self-tappers. So that's your positive, and that's your negative. And then I wrapped this one in black tape so we know it's a negative. And then basically, you know, have that in there like that. And then when you want to do something, you just lay it out like that and do your add something or whatever. Remember, it's got this plastic cover over it, so we'll put that on there later. But right now, or you could lay it out like this right here. So I just put 20s in one side, 15s in the other. Let me hook the battery back up and we'll just test it. I'll be back. Okay, so got my little tester here, negative, positive. It's positive. So you check each one. And then this one I left the fuse out, and then nothing, and the little red light comes on. See, so that means you got a blown fuse. We'll stick that back in there. Okay, so I think we'll screw that back in there. Well, we'll put the cover on it first. It might be. Yeah, that might have to go around the edge there. Yeah, it's just gotta go around like that. Don't want to break it. There it goes. Okay, yeah, just like that. And nothing, no metal or anything should hit any of that deal. We'll just put that on there and put the screws back in. Then later on, after we paint all this, I'll just put a little sticker, mark it there, fuse block. Yeah, that's it. So any extras, just plug them in. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I got them buttoned up. Battery cover. Okay, so oh, I got I mentioned in the last video, a guy from the van group had an old dash. It's all beat to hell, but at least it's got the brace that screws into these holes, and he sent it to me there. So it should be here in a few days, and we'll have to recover it. We'll make probably another video doing that. Okay, so the radio, I'd have to do some fabrication to mount a modern stereo in there, but I don't have any. Well, I mean, I have some factory. I usually use aftermarket whatever comes in these junk cars I buy. A lot of the stereos work, you know, whether it's Sony or Pioneer or something. But I used them all up. So this van and the Nova, this Nova here, they don't have radios in them. So a quick story. So, you know, I get emailed by sponsors all the time, and I don't know what exactly they're called. They're like the modern stereo where you put all your phone information and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that stuff. And I'm not that technically savvy on all that stuff. For me, just AM, FM, and a CD player, and I'm good. I don't need all that. I don't need the phone buzzing through the speakers, and I don't have any music on my phone to pipe into a newer stereo. And I don't have any newer car. Newest car I got is that Ford Fusion. It's 2013. It does have some of that stuff on there and a display screen. But I don't use it for anything but a radio. So anyway, I got contacted by these, I don't know what they're called. I don't know if they adapt to a factory newer car stereo and all that. And one of them, you know, they had about 10 different brands, and I said, listen, I says, do you have one that'll fit old cars? Oh, well, send me a picture of your radio. So I just sent a picture of a stock AM, you know, radio that would fit in here. And she's like, oh no, we don't have nothing like that. So this company, this was a while back, so this company sent me same type of email, and I said, you know, I got an old car with no radio in it. Do you have one that will work? And they're like, oh yeah, we got this one here. I said, okay, well, send it to me. So they did. So I haven't even unboxed it or nothing yet, so I don't know how it's going to mount and all that. Okay, this is it here. I'm going to put a link and stuff in the description. It's a ATOTO TND on-dash navigation series. See, you hook your phone, and you know, it's this, if it's not me, whoever buys it will be probably driving it, you know, for maybe camping and stuff like that. So the navigation thing will be very nice on it, even though, you know, you got that stuff on your phone anyway. Okay, what did I want to say on here? Okay, seamless phone integration, navigation, entertainment, anti-glare screen, auto brightness adjustment, powerful phone connectivity, front and rear camera inputs. Yeah, so we don't know about I've never hooked one of these up, guys, so I don't know how you hook up speakers and whether it's got built-in speakers, but you know, Wi-Fi speakers. I'd rather hook in some old style speakers. Hang on a second. Okay. Let's see what's in here. So I'm going to do my best to hook it up, but I'm not on, you know, I don't have anything in my phone to load on all that stuff. A pretty good size screen. Okay, dash navigator. We'll have to unbag all this stuff. Now, I've done a bunch of dash cams lately. Maybe I can figure it out. There's more stuff. More stuff. Okay, well, see, I'm not sure. Well, they'll be in there how to mount it and all that. we may have to rig up something to mount that. What I would like to do, yeah, that'd be nice. It would be nice, but it's got a lip. Yeah, it's got a little lip there. If I can rig up something to mount that, you know, just the bottom or something like that, that'd be great. I gotta probably wait for that dash, right? We don't want to go over top the dash pad. But yeah, like I said, I don't know how to hook up speakers, and I guess I'll just read all the instructions here, and I'll be back when I figure something out. I don't have any speakers handy, but I can grab some out of some junk cars if you can hook up regular speakers to this. Anyway, let me kind of figure it out, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I just was reading the instructions and taking everything apart there in the house, but I was watching a Celtic Frost documentary while I was doing it, so I didn't get very far, I don't think. I don't think it's a stereo. I think you got to hook a stereo up to it. So I had this one. This one's out of a junk truck, but it's just one of them. It's not that old. It's from 2019, but it's supposed to have an auxiliary. See, March 2019. But I don't see. It's got an antenna, and then whatever front and rear cables, auxiliary cables. Maybe that's it. And then it's got the outline for all the speakers and power, and it's just you know, it's the thumb over top of it, Bluetooth and all that. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hook up a stereo to this, then your phone stuff to it, and it's actually a dash cam as well. So as far as I can tell, it's got the front and the rear camera in it. Okay, I got the this mount on it. Let's see here. You gotta push something, and oh, where's that deal there? Lift it up, I believe. Anyway, well, let me try to get that, because that's it goes that way. Yeah, okay. Opens like that. So you can spin it around. I guess you can put it to your windshield. They said windshield or dash. We can't put it on the dash till we get the dash pad, but the dash pad is going to go all the way up to here. So most you can do is to there, and that's a grill. That ain't going to stick to the suction. Could always, I don't know exactly. No, that's for the suction. I don't really want to hook it to the windshield and have it. I don't think it'll reach. Anyway, we'll have to figure out something to mount that. Like I said, I wanted it right in here somewhere, but now I believe we got this stereo that's probably going to have to go in that spot. And I got this thing was on it here. May have to put that in there. I'll have to reread the instructions here again in a little bit. Anyway, as far as the power supply, they give you every option for fuses except for the old styly ones. See what you do, this goes into a cord that goes into the device there. So these go into your power. you take out your old fuse and plug these ones in. So the yellow is going to be the power all the time, and then the red's going to be the ignition power. So as you can see, there are different styles of connections where it plugs into the fuse deal there. I think that's probably for the GM modern ones. Yeah, that's completely different. See, this would plug into the auxiliary fuse block we got, but we got these old-timey fuses, but we got these connections here. I'll have to recheck them, see which ones are power and which ones are ignition. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's nothing in there. So we're gonna have to power up the stereo as well as that. So yeah, I may just have to cut that off. And see, what this actually does is it plugs into another cord that whatever you call it there, little step thing, I guess, goes to 5 volts, or one goes to 9, one goes to 5 or something, I don't know. But that's what they plug into right there. They plug into that, go to this really long cord, and then it plugs into the main power, which is this cord here, right there. That's your main power. Oh, there was one more of them there too. Okay. So this is a remote. Probably won't do much with that. It's got a microphone. Not sure why you would need a microphone. And then there's one camera. It should have 2 cameras, but I'm not sure. We'll at least hook up the front one. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so anyway, so what else I got? I want to hook up. I did have another cigarette lighter. Like I said, usually when I buy these, I'll buy 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So we're going to mount this in this hole here and put that to a power deal in there. That's a switch we'll probably use for the fan. These I bought about 5 of them. I still got a few left. I think I bought about 7 of them at the time. Just a little power supply and USB deals there to get power. But you know, it's not an actual cigarette lighter like this one is. This one's an actual cigarette lighter, which we'll put where the factory one was, and then this one will mount, you know, under here or something. And then I had this deal here with a three power outlet, so we can actually maybe hook that up. You know, we can plug that into that, and then we'll have 3 of them type thing. So I think I got just about everything. Now the stereo is going to require speakers, and I haven't got no speakers. So I think what I'll do is I'll hook up some power stuff, and then go see if I can find some good speakers. I think those mentioned before in another video, those Jeep Infinity ones are pretty good. And I got a bunch of them Jeeps, so I may have to tear them apart and take out at least 4 of them speakers. I don't know about putting speakers in these doors. It's gonna leak water and stuff, even in here and here. Even if you got new ones, it'll still get water in there, and I don't want it coming down ruining the speakers. So I don't know if we're gonna put some speakers in there. If I do, they gotta be small, real small. I'm not gonna be cutting away and all that stuff. What else was I gonna, there was something else. Anyway, let me get started with this stuff, and I'll be back and let you know how far I got with it. Okay guys, let me show you what I got so far. I got the power and the ground wires hooked up, and I turn off the key. That'll turn off. So I just got this little radio here. So when I turn on the key, radio comes on. I'll just run it for a second. I just got one speaker hooked up for now, one front one. Bon Jovi. Okay. So yeah, that's gonna go in there, and this one, it just comes on audio files when you first turn it on. So it's audio files, okay. Anyway, we're gonna figure out how to hook up the radio to that, because this says Bluetooth. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to and I just got the antenna going through the vent hole, and I can't have that because I actually need to round up some vents. The little plastic rubber whatever vents are gone. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drill a hole somewhere to get that cord in there. But yeah, well, that's, and this thing's, it's kind of like a suction, but it was all sticky on the back there. So pull this thing up and then stuck it on there and then push that down. So I guess it's kind of a double thing. It suctions that sticky part right on there so it won't come off. Then you can just pull this. See, it won't fall off or nothing. So you can kind of get it out of the way if you want, and then put it wherever you want. And that's for that. And then it's got the swivel, so you can swivel it. And I got it a little bit loose, so wherever you want to pretty much keep it, you just tighten that back up just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I got a bunch of this other stuff to hook up, or the cams. It's got two of them. This power's got two deals coming off of it. I'm gonna have to tie all them up. I have to figure out what that was again. It plugs in those two power things there. One said auxiliary, and the other thing just looks like a USB thing. So it might not need anything hooked up to that, but anyway, you're gonna have to wrap all them up real good and stick them in behind here. No, I'm not gonna have all wires hanging everywhere. But yeah, we'll turn the key off. It goes off, it goes off. So it's hooked up right. Now I gotta figure out these speakers. I may put them in the door, I don't know. There ain't much other spots for these front speakers. Put them in behind the seats or something, right up in that corner. See, those little ledges are good for wires. I said this one's got the wires going to the reverse lights. You can run wires up there. Maybe put the two front speakers right behind here. But I need one more. The one Jeep. 3 of them. That was the last one. But I got another Jeep, and I'll take some more out. So yeah, let me hook up 2 speakers. Mount this in there. And figure out the rest of this. I'll be back. Okay guys, next day. rounded up these two. These are 4-door speakers out of a Jeep Grand Cherokee. These smaller ones are out of the rear door panels, and then the 6x9s are out of the front door panels. Okay, if you're ever in a junkyard and needing speakers, get these ones, Chrysler Infinity. This one was sitting on top. See, the door regulators are junk for the power windows, and I got this guy that rebuilds them Jeeps, and he's always coming by here, and he buys the regulators. So he has to take the speaker out to get at them. And this was laying on the front console with the roof cut off, because I used the roof and sunroof for the Nomad wagon. So that had been sitting for a couple of years, facing like this, facing the rain and sun and everything else. I looked at it and it looked good, and I hooked it up and it sounds great. So they're pretty damn good speakers. Tested all 4 of them out. They all work. Now I don't know if them Jeeps have them in the very back. Hell, I got 2 of the Jeeps, I should know, but the only ones that are junk, which I don't know, you know, you got to get the Infinity ones. There's 2 up here on the dash, 2 little tweeters, and those things are always shot. They either just buzz or they're torn up from the sun, all the stuff. But there is a place that, well, probably a bunch of places that sell them in sets. They're kind of pricey, but I had to buy them for my 2 Jeeps there. And like I said, I don't know if there's any in the back. Okay, so even the smaller ones are too big for this hole here, and I don't really feel like taking all this stuff back off again to put a speaker in there, but I may, since they've been rained on for a couple years and they still hold up. I guess I'll be okay in this door. I might do that later, but for right now, I think I'm going to hook them. Eventually, I'm going to build a couple little brackets and kind of mount them like that underneath the seats on both sides. But for now, I'm just going to kind of put them like that and wire them up. You know, then I could always add door speakers in there too. I'll put the 6x9s here, and then the smaller ones in here. Unless I can find some, see, these originally had some little small ones in there. So if I can find in my junk car some little small ones, I'll put them in the door without having to take all this apart and just run. Well, they don't have a hole in here. I don't know where they run the speaker hole. The other side, there's a hole in the jamb. Okay. Somebody said I should get a steering wheel for this. Problem is, this is standard steering, guys. So you put a smaller wheel on there, it's going to be really hard to turn. And I think it's 16.5 inches. So yeah, I'm not going to be putting that on there. Okay, hook the cigarette lighter. Let me turn this on. I'll show you the wiring here in a minute. Cigarette lighter, hooked up a power supply right here. Yeah, that's just power, not a cigarette lighter. 2 USB ports. See, the cigarette lighter should pop out any second. There it is. There she is. A real cigarette lighter. Now, what I did, I plugged all them into the fuse block, and now I'm out of outlets. I don't know how good you can see that, but there was only one for constant power up there, so I got the stereo and the new deal in that one, and then the rest of these are for what I just showed you, and they come on with the ignition, so they're all full. or I mean they're all used up. So anything else we're gonna have to use, well, we could splice into them, but I hate to. We'll use for the, I can't think of anything else we need to hook up here that's, okay, so we'll use the auxiliary one. Also for the auxiliary, the a subscriber that sent me that diesel horn, main horn, whatever the hell it is, that one will be in for the auxiliary fuse block as well. So anyway, that's a little update. I'm going to try to leave these wires so you can pull the stereo out and lay it right there in case you gotta get at everything. Now, I wanted to show you this. I should have. Oh, see, that's, I keep opening the wrong thing. Right there. Lay that down. You see these two defroster vents? They go from there up to here. And where's the other one? Right in there. Anyway, I'm going to try to round up some duct work for them. So we kind of got to do that before we button everything up. And these are for the windshield wiper squirter. They're all busted. See? And then they go right on the end of that. And my finger is, I don't know if you can see it, there and there. The wiper squirter. And I don't know how they're built. See, it's got a big nut on the end of that. And that's what these socket extension, ratchet extension things are right here. Now I tried to, a while back, get some vice grips on here and pull it, but they won't come off. Well, that doesn't look like a socket extension, that does. So, you know, you can just feel the mechanical thing kind of turning in there. So we're going to take the nuts off of them and see what's here. You know, you wouldn't think it'd be that heavy duty. It should just be a little squirter thing that squirts for the window. Anyway, I'm going to take them off and get these things. I don't know what happened there, what they did. So we kind of need to fix all that stuff that's underneath here before we put the stereo in there and everything. So anyway, let me wire them speakers. I think I'm just going to have to run some wires down the middle here instead of up around here and everything, because we need for the gauges here, we need to hook up a light for the lights in there, these little wires here. So we're eventually going to have some wires coming up through the middle. So that's what I'll do. I'll run them over here, and then we'll make something there to protect the wires. Okay, so that's what I got going now. Okay, well, I'll be back. Okay guys, just give you a quick update. These look like socket extensions, right? But they're not. They are the actual squirters. I took the nut off the back of it, pulled it out, and that's a squirter there and there. Well, I took one out. I think this one. Anyway, blew air through it. Okay, these were the hoses that were on it. They're all brittle. See, they're all just 55 years old. So I had a new piece of hose, or newer or something. Got them in there. Okay, now the two ducts, they go up to there, into here, and here. I had a big piece of new stuff, and it's not where it's supposed to be. It was supposed to be in that shed on the shelf. It went in there and it's gone. And I don't know if I used it for something, but I've been hunting around here for a while, and I don't have all day to be hunting for it. So I might have to order a new piece or new thing and put them in there. Okay, I kind of got these wires just kind of taped together so they're all in one, don't look like spaghetti. Because like I said, I want to be able to pull this out and lay it here in case I want to do something like add them rear speaker wires. Okay, I forgot, this is the engine wiring here, coming from the wiring from the truck, the fuse block, and it goes in this thing, but it's kind of brittle, so I didn't want to tear it apart and try to stick these speaker wires in there. And then I forgot, after I soldered it, I forgot to put it through here. So anyway, that's going to the one speaker there. This one I put a little duct tape around it here, and this is the second speaker, and I'm just going to leave them later on. I'm going to build some brackets and mount them in there maybe. But anyway, I got solder connections on there. So anyway, we got two speakers there. I may still do something with these if I can find some smaller, whatever, 3-4 inch speakers to put in there. What else? So it's almost ready to put this in there. I was just trying to find that ductwork. These came in the mail. I ordered about 6 or 8 of these. Do window winders for here, and then you know, got the new little spacer deals. So I'll put them on there. Yeah, we can put them in there, and then we'll just get this ready to put in, and then we'll figure out hooking the rest of this up. This stuff here, the dash cam and stuff. And I put one speaker right there. See how it fits. I can put it in the corner up there or there, would fit good. The other one, but not right now. We got 2 speakers, we can hear the stereo, but I just rounded up some more extra speakers. Maybe put them in boxes or something later. Okay, so that's the update. Where'd the little guy go? Just had people come over, look at the Silverado truck. I got it up for sale for $7,500. A guy and 3 teenage boys came by, and they wanted it. They're going to come back Wednesday, so he says, and pick it up. They're from Oklahoma City, a couple hours away. So we'll see. But anyway, the boys were over here looking at these cars, and the little puppy, oh, there he is there. He was just sitting over here barking at him. And they were like, man, that's a hell of a guard dog there. He's gonna be a guard dog. You gonna be a guard dog there, buddy boy? You gonna be a guard dog? Yeah. And Nikki, how's Nikki doing? Nikki's getting a little annoyed with the puppy keep wanting to play. So but anyway, that's the update on that. We'll see if this goes. It's Sunday now, so I don't know. Monday to 3 more days. Might be after this video. I don't know if they bought it or not, but if they don't, they don't. Don't matter to me. Okay, I'll be back when I get some more stuff hooked up. Gotta figure out the wiring for this antenna, where I want to put it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, those 2 custom vans I got for parts, these are for the rear air conditioner, and they fit right in there. Okay, this thing's busted off. Gotta glue that back on. But yeah, it fits in there good. There's one more like this on the back, so if that's not enough, we'll get the other one. But yeah, let me put that in there. We'll at least get that out of the way. Okay guys, I haven't put that ductwork in there yet. I gotta wait for that glue to dry. Anyway, it's just gonna have to go in there with 2 screws on each end. Hooked up these are for the cameras, front and rear. and it's got a very long extension cord right here for the rear, but I just plugged it in right there. It may reach all the way back there, I'm not sure. But I can't find the front camera. I don't know if it's built into this or I just lost it or something. Anyway, I'm going to read the instructions again. I've just been kind of going over everything. The microphone clips in there. Not exactly sure what you need the microphone for, but maybe voice commands or no, talking on your phone, I guess. Anyway, I just kind of plugged that in for, that's where that goes. Yeah, and like I said, we got two cords here. I forgot what that one went for. Anyway, I'm going to read the instructions some more times. I'm not going to hook up all my phone stuff, phone audio and everything. There's supposed to be, and I think this is it here, that connects this to the radio. But there isn't an auxiliary one deal in there. There's two deals in the back for auxiliary, left and right. And apparently it's supposed to be just one. So you can either direct connect that or use the Bluetooth. So it doesn't look like I can use this. Like I said, there's just so much stuff on here. We're just, and then this pad here might have went underneath there. I don't know. We could always try to mount that somewhere else once we get the dash pad on there, but like I said, we can't mount it onto this grill. I don't, well, might be able to. Yeah, I thought I read something about a camera built into this, but anyway, I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll button up what I can. I was thinking we could use this, if the front camera's missing, use this as a front camera instead of a rear camera. Well, whether both these have to be connected for it to work, I don't know. And it takes an SD card to record the footage, and I don't have well, I'll have to hunt it. An SD card didn't come with it, so I'm gonna have to hunt for one. Stick that in there. Anyway, there's other stuff in here, not sure what they're for. Little deals, like I said, the remote. Not gonna bother hooking that up. They got so many features on here that I'd get brain damage trying to figure out all that stuff. Okay, I got the window handles on there with the spacers, so the doors are completely done. Measured that, that's 3-inch speakers. I may order some 3-inch speakers and put them in there and hook them up later on. But for now, like I said, we got some sound. Dash hasn't come in yet. I'd like to get that dash on there. I put the antenna right here and coming up through wherever the dash thing, I'm hoping that'll work. Okay, I guess that's it for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay guys, it's the next day. I watched a few videos on this. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with that front dash cam. Like I said, this is the back one. A few videos that other people make, they didn't even show the dash cam working or nothing. I'll have to read it some more and maybe watch some more videos. Right now I'm just trying not to waste too much nice weather, sunny weather, to come out and work on this. So I used Wi-Fi on my phone, hooked it up, so it's my last video here. Trunk doesn't stay up. So this is on the Camaro I just bought, 77 Camaro. All rusted out there at the back. Well, the whole thing really. So yeah, it's got lots of features on it.
Extension things there. But like it's a 3-piece spoiler. There's not a lot of good.
Okay. You go back to the main screen and see it's got all these deals on it that you can actually hook stuff up to, like your OBD2 connector. You can connect that up there and it'll read your codes. Won't work on this old 69 van. And then your tire pressure monitor, just all kinds of stuff, guys. But you know, this video is getting kind of long, so we're going to leave it at that. Apparently you can unhook this and it'll come off. Although it's really sticky, it should come off. One guy put it in the wrong spot and peeled it off. We may, after we get the dash hooked up, hook it up to here, because that's what this deal here, no, not that, this is for uneven surfaces. So you stick that on, and then you can stick this base onto this. So we may, everybody kind of, videos I watched, they had it mounted up here and had it hanging over here. So we may do that. But not on this video. For this video, we're just gonna, here, we'll drop this down. We got quite a bit done. We got it hooked up, powered up, it works. I'm just not gonna put all my phone stuff in there and use the phone on this, because this isn't my daily driver, like I mentioned before. Okay, we got the stereo hooked up, this cigarette lighter, the power supply down there, the speakers. I ordered some 3-inch speakers. Well, I may just use them holes in the door to mount some speakers. But this is the dash that just came in, so if he's watching, I'll thank Joe Sweet from Michigan, from one of the van groups. He sent me this. As you can see, mine was completely missing, and he sent me this, and it goes on something like that. And next video, we're going to fix this up and recover it, put that on there. See, once that's on there, then maybe we'll mount that over there. I don't know. Or you can mount it on top of the dash, or the windshield. But we're not going to put it on the windshield, because we may replace this windshield at some point. But anyway, guys, sorry this video went on for a while, a little bit of rambling, but like I said, I've never really done one of these CarPlay, I think they're called, systems, and I don't have one of them in the cars that I drive, so yeah, I'm a novice at hooking all that up and knowing how everything works. But I'm sure if, you know, I needed this to be driving for navigation and dash cams and daily driver and all that stuff, yeah, I'd learn how to do all that, but not at the present time. I got way too much other stuff that's filling my brain up without trying to figure every little detail how this works and what you can do with it. But anyway, it looks like a pretty good little system there. So anyway, yeah, stay tuned next time. We'll recover this dash, mount it in there, and mess with this some more. And maybe, depending if the speakers come in, we'll put some speakers in and other stuff. But I ordered some more stuff. I can't remember what all, but stuff like that. So, and we'll get these. Well, I was going to do that too. Hook these lights up. These little deals here, and well, was there something else I wanted to hook up? Oh, I wanted to hook up the lights for the gauges. I have to wire that in so they come on with the light switch. Just little stuff, and we'll figure out this dash cam, even if I got to contact the company, ATOTO, to figure out where the front cam is, but it may be built into the back of this. That's why I'm thinking everybody mounts it up here. But I don't know where the camera. This must have a real small camera outlet on the back. But anyway, I think that's about it, guys. Nobody answered my question on the heater core. I'm going to go back to the van group. I'm going to ask them about a heater core and a horn cap. I believe this, you can hear it clicking. Something's not right. Hear it? But the horn cap's completely missing. Yeah, it's either a little relay or the horn itself not working. But we'll get that working too. Just all that stuff. So anyway, guys, subscribe if you haven't. We're gonna keep going on this next video. Like I said, we'll redo the dash, get all that buttoned up, and like, comment, share, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching. There's a little buddy boy there, future guard dog. Are you gonna be a guard dog? Are you gonna be a guard dog? Okay, we'll see y'all later.